Getting through the semester has been a true struggle for many. But after months of online classes, it is finally summer vacation.
If you like pina coladas.
And it's time to celebrate, even if you are still stuck at home.
Whatever you do in life, like, you get to decide whether you enjoy it or not. And a lot of times, like, that choice is totally up to you.
Strake Jesuit teacher Jeremy Dunford didn't quite plan on starting Everyday's online classes this way. But as time went on, this theology teacher got bolder and bolder, and so did his dance moves.
Just to try to keep, like, teenage boys engaged, which is hard enough in person as it is, and then you take that experience online and you gotta come up with something, right?
So he put together these videos as a kind of time capsule.
And if you can find a way to enjoy it, find a way to make it fun every day where you look forward to something.
So when schools finally reopen, students will go back now with a new awareness that even the teachers taking care of them could use a reason to smile.
Well, this is awkward.
On the 3rd, which is Wednesday, on June 3rd, we will be restarting cistern tours and boat tours. The cistern is a thing that holds water. It's a reservoir, a water reservoir, and and it was built in 1926, and once held all the drinking water for the city of Houston. The tours are guided. During our phase 1 of opening, we are allowing 10 people to come in, and we're going to still do the guided tour like we did before, just allowing a little more space, requiring face masks, and we're also using some amplified sound to assist the guides in being able to have the customer hear them. The private pontoon boat tours are for up to 10 people, and you can bring food and drink, and it's an hour and a half long. A boat ride a year ago, we had private tours where we allowed up to 21 people. This time we are keeping the number of people limited to 10, and we're only allowing private tours right now. That means we're really only allowing people who are in the same group, who know each other, to get on the boat together. We're hoping all these people are people that quarantine together, and this is just a way for them to get out and enjoy themselves on an hour and a half boat ride.
Oh, this is so cool. I appreciate
you get lunch on me. I'm here with Adopt a Senior, which was graciously started by a parent.
Adopt a Senior is a program we started here in Pearland to support our seniors that have missed out on so much, right? They're missing prom, graduation, so just an opportunity for us as a community to give back to them and show them that we care and give a little brightness in their day, which we know has kind of been ruined by all of the COVID.
They get to know what you like, what your passions are, and mine's obviously food.
Oh, today's a Whataburger bag.
All right, well, I got this cool Whataburger cup. That's real cool. I got this cooler right here. Got this cool Whataburger gift card, so that'll give me a good meal. Little candy right here. And then she also left a note in here saying, "I graduate will be, so have a lunch on me," which I think is really sweet.
Yeah, this is so cute.
I'm glad that Dawn stepped up and did this. I know it's a huge task, but we love it.
She got me a cool A&M sign that's up there, take to my house, A&M earrings, this cute little board that has a bunch of A&M stuff.
She's going to A&M, so that was pretty easy.
I got this cute little shirt, a cute magnet for my car, some candy, some Starbucks, which I need after this, A&M blanket, and a bunch of just cute little things. It's weird because you grow up with people for 12 years and you plan to have a graduation and a prom and a senior picnic and a last day of school, and you kind of look forward to that, and then like you don't really know your last day of school is your last day of school, and you walk out of your high school and then it's just kind of over. Even if you hate going to school, you don't realize how much you're going to miss it when it's gone. Everybody's facing this challenge differently, so I think it's really cool that people can still go find gifts and little personal things for all these seniors. It's really cool and I appreciate it.
Ever since elementary school, I've always been in the Gifted Children's Program, and even in 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, I used to get sent to the high school to take a class over there. So high school, I actually won state at Cardinal Ritter College Prep. So I got a scholarship for track and academics to Southern Illinois University. So while I was at Southern Illinois University, I was actually approached by somebody I knew. They pulled out the pistol on me, just thinking I would just give them everything in my pockets. I was just in shock. I was like, he just shot me. Like, and I know him, like somebody just actually shot me. The bullet actually went through my left side and grazed my spleen and bounced off my lower vertebrae and ended up in my right buttocks. I had to withdraw that semester from school, and then I had to take the next 3 semesters off to recover.
Down with your right.
I was afraid that I would never run again, play basketball again. I was afraid that I may not ever walk the same. I was so happy when I got my swag back in my walk. I was still just recovering when I actually decided to make the move to the University of Houston. I was able to look for different scholarships. The one thing that I was good at would be science and actually doing research. So when I came to the University of Houston, I got a transfer scholarship. I decided to do tutoring. So I was tutoring in the Scholar Enrichment Program. I was able to travel to Ecuador, to the Galapagos Islands, all funded by scholarships. It's so many different scholarships, just have to open up your mouth and go find them. I was able to graduate college debt-free by applying to all these different scholarships. Being shot gives me a fresh perspective on life. It makes you appreciate life so much more when you've experienced having to relearn how to do something like that, and the pain that comes with that, it makes you appreciate every little thing.
We out here riding for Floyd, man, coming through downtown, man.
Many of us won't forget these images. Protesters riding through our 4th largest city. Horses leading the way to skyscrapers.
Almost 30 deep on horses and nothing happened. You know, people rubbing them and saying hi and all that. So it was good energy. I think we just need to keep the vibe going.
Lynn and Nakia Price are the owners of the Turkey Leg Hut in Houston's 3rd Ward. This restaurant is less than a mile from where Lynn grew up with George Floyd.
And I understand the anger that everybody has from the community, because it's a little different when you know somebody. You know, it hits home. And then when you've been knowing them over 20-some years, and you're like, man, him, his whole character, I have nothing bad to say about him.
We're part of this community. It's us. So there's not much we can say. But the only thing that we can do is lead by actions.
And that's why the Prices are working with other trail riders. These men and women and their horses you saw downtown are all with different riding organizations. They have different experiences and different lifestyles, but a shared message to Floyd's family.
We're not here for the cheering. We're here to show Floyd that we really are here for you, and we're going to do it every day, you know, whatever we have to do.
So the Houston Zoo has been closed since March 14th until today when we reopened. The day we closed, we put together a task force from folks all around the zoo to help come up with different plans and scenarios for what to do when the zoo reopened.
I'm just glad to be out of the house. And he's loving it. He just loves being out of the house, running around.
We're doing our best to help encourage social distancing through our one-way path. We're encouraging everybody to follow the one way through the zoo. Every single zoo employee that you'll come across when you visit the Houston Zoo will be wearing a face covering or mask. We are highly encouraging all of our guests to do the same.
You never know when you're going to come close to someone, and you know, so I just felt it's better to wear it.
All of our indoor exhibits are closed right now per the state guidelines. That is also to help discourage any of the high touch areas. And then Northern World of Primates is closed right now. That path is very narrow, and a lot of the animals can get really close to folks. And so just on an abundance of caution, we have closed that section for now.
I think the zoo is doing a very good job of making sure everyone is socially distanced, and they're also doing a very good job of cleaning up after everyone.
So we're doing everything possible to make sure the zoo is safe. However, if you're still uncomfortable with coming to the zoo, we'll be here for you when you're ready to return.
I love the zoo.
There it is.
What's that called?
It's called Goof Off Graffiti Removal. When you get out of prison, you know, they give you your TDC ID. This is my TDC. It's real old. It's about to fall apart. But I kept the ID. I've been having it for almost I've been out for almost 17 years, and I keep this ID just to remind me, you know, where I came from. And so every time I see a kid doing something wrong, I always pull it out and I tell them, I say, you do not want this. You do not want to be a convicted felon. I say they will put this on you and try their best not to get the ink on their shoes. So you need to make that change. But all you can do is tell them. You know, they have to make that choice. So So when I saw what was going downtown with all the graffiti, I just wanted to go down there and do my part.
You gotta let this set in a little bit?
Let it set for about a minute or two. You know, just go over there and do some cleaning and just saying, hey, like the starfish thing, where it get all on the shoreline, and the guy said, you're not making a difference. You got hundreds of thousands of starfish, and you throwing one in there, you're not making a difference. But he said, hey, I just made a difference. I just made a difference. So the same thing with me. If I can erase one graffiti, hey, I'm making a difference.
One of my room moms texted and she said, hey, we're gonna be in your yard in a little while. And I was like, okay, that's kind of random. And my teenagers noticed. They were like, Mom, there's kids in your yard. I was like, what are you talking about?
They wanted to do something special for their teacher, something different from a yard sign or a banner. So we put our heads together and came up with this idea to put all the students in the teacher's yard.
I like them and stuff. It's a baseball picture of me. She's the best teacher, and I like her.
Being a teacher, these children, they become my family, and I feel like, you know, their second or third mom. And so when the coronavirus happened, it was like our little family was kind of ripped apart. I instantly started crying when I saw their faces. I was so happy to see all my littles again. It just felt like we were back together.
1, 2, 3. It's a great day to be a Bronco.
They started driving as soon as they heard the news. Their friend and neighbor dead after a police encounter in Minneapolis.
I looked up to him as a celebrity, you know, so he was already a star to me.
From George Floyd's hometown to the spot where he took his last breath, they stopped to pay respects at what's now a memorial. But this group also saw protests turn violent.
It's not something he'll do, you know, and he'll, you know, probably try to talk you out of it. So, I mean, you know, maybe if you called me years ago, probably, but that's not something I do.
Now that they're back, these same friends are preparing for Floyd's memorial service right here in Houston.
I was, you know, just, you know, impressed by him, that I knew him. And so he was a good guy, you know, there's nothing bad to say.
Today I delivered boxes to Small Steps Primary School that has food for families.
Oh my gosh, our families are some of the hardest hit by the COVID-19. We have had families who have lost jobs, whose wages have been reduced drastically.
We just thought it'd be a really nice thing to do to help out these families during this very precarious and scary time.
Oh, that's amazing. They're giving back to the community.
Right now we're only living in a one-house income.
Small Steps is an early childhood center serving kids in the inner city, and we provide a preschool program that focuses on the whole child and their family.
I just really hope that it helps them get through their week, you know, something less that they don't have to worry about.
It's wonderful, and it just, for me, it makes me feel hope for this next generation because they are thinking about somebody other than themselves.
Thank you.
We've had a long partnership with Episcopal High School. Their kids come in January as part of their interim term, and they volunteer in our classrooms. And they develop some real relationships with the kids.
I worked here during senior outreach, so I was able to work alongside with the kids and see them. So it's able to help those kids and that I was able to work with during this time.
What meant so much to us is that Episcopal students and staff reached out immediately and responded to our requests.
I was already going to the grocery store for my mom, and so since I'm the one doing the shopping now, I figured why not just pick up a few bags and help.
So we brought some boxes of just some food that they can use in their everyday life, like cereal, tortillas, bananas.
It's great. I'm very thankful for all that help.
We give out about 180 to 200 boxes of food a week.
Y'all take care.
We make memories with these places and we want to go back and help.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,